Hey, what's up, you guys? FilmFan0599 here again. Welcome back to the universe of the Bluetubers. And today on Universe of the Bluetubers, I'm going to be reviewing Foo Fighters' Concrete and Gold. So Foo Fighters' Concrete and Gold is a 2017 released album, and this is the 9th studio album from, of course, rock band Foo Fighters. Now, Foo Fighters are one of my all-time favorite bands. I love Foo Fighters. You know, they've made some great music in the span of the mid-90s to, the 2000s, even still going today. So I love the fact that they're even, still going today, because they make such great music, from their self-titled record to The Color and the Shape, There's Nothing Left to Lose, Wasting Light. There's some really great albums that these guys have made. And I was really looking forward to Concrete and Gold because obviously I'm a huge fan, and plus the lead single off of this run was fantastic. So I was excited as all hell for Concrete and Gold. I listened to it. Man, what a letdown. Honest to God, what a massive letdown this album was. And I will say this, I actually have enjoyed all of the Foo Fighters records up until, this one. Even some of the, quote-unquote weaker ones that people like to say, like, Sonic Highways or One by One. I actually enjoy both those albums. I think those are really good albums. But here with Concrete and Gold, what is the biggest problem with this is that it's just so lifeless for the most part, really, for me. It just feels so bland and so boring. Like, it really is, like, it's so bland, and it's so boring for the most part, honestly. Like, it's like the band we're just, like, sitting down, like, comfortably like this, and just laying back and just making music, and just, not really putting that much effort in for the most part for me. And that sucks, because these guys are so great, and, they know how to make some really fantastic music, but here they just got lazy with this to me. They just felt like they were just like, okay, this is our 9th record. Let's just, kind of sit back on this one. And I just didn't really like that. Like, why? Like, you guys are so talented, and you're just gonna kind of lay back with this one? It's just, yeah. But let's get into why I'm so mixed about this album. Why I think it's just okay at best. The production for the production's pretty mixed with me. Like, there's some songs that have some great production and stuff. Like, I do think Dave Grohl does a really great job for the most part, really, with his vocals, his guitar work. He's one of the greatest living rock stars ever. It's no question. This guy is a legend amongst rock stars. He is. And he's definitely one of my favorite musicians of all time. Dave Grohl is the man. He honestly is. He has great vocal work on a lot of the songs, like Run, Sky's the Neighborhood, La-Di-Da, or like the prime examples of that. And he just does a really great job. He really does. And I love his guitar work on this. Pat Smear's guitar work is fantastic as well. So yeah, the guitar work is really great as well with this record, along with the vocals for the most part, really. The bass work is pretty solid, especially on La-Di-Da, which I'll get into once I talk about the songs. But the bass work is very good, too. The drumming is great. Taylor Hawkins, who's the drummer of the band, he really, puts his drumming a lot into this, like, full-heartedly for the most part, really, with this record. And he does a pretty solid job, too. And he does do vocals on Sunday Rain, which I'll talk about more about once I talk about the song. But, he does do a really good job with his drumming on this record for the most part. So yeah, the production is not too bad for the most part, really. It's pretty mixed. There's some times with the production kind of seems a little bit all over the place, especially with one song, which I'll get into more afterwards. But especially one song, the production is just all over the place on that one. So yeah, the production can be a little bit iffy at times. Like, it's very mixed, this production. So let's get into the songs now. Let's talk about some of the songs on this record. Let's talk about the ones I liked first. So let's talk about the ones that I found the most enjoyment out of. First, the lead single, Run. Run is great. It was a brilliant first single. Like, I could have been more, like, I'm glad they actually went with this song as the first single, because It's a really fantastic, like, fast-paced nature song. Because at first it starts out very, very slow. Like, you just hear Dave Grohl's vocals and you hear the guitar, and then you just hear the drum coming a little bit, and then it just goes full force until almost like a minute into the song, and it is heart pounding. Like, it just is a song that just doesn't stop, it just keeps going. It's a definition of a song like that. And I love Run. Like, Dave Grohl's vocals sound great on it. Like, he screams in this song, and it's fantastic, and it really works with the song. Like, I love Run. It seriously is a fantastic, I'm so glad that they went with this with the lead single, because, man, it's such an incredible song. Like, really, I love the song so much. It just keeps your heart pounding, and you just want to just keep on going and going and going. Like, it's one of those tunes, and it's so great. And also, a side note, the music video is really fantastic to it too. Definitely check it out. So, yeah, Run, great song. Another one is the second single that was released off of this record, The Sky is a Neighborhood. The Sky is a Neighborhood, another great track. Like, I love this song. Like, when you hear just the like, when you just hear that in the beginning, it sets up the song so perfectly. And then you hear, Dave goes, "The sky is a neighborhood." Like, you just hear him kind of screaming a little bit. And it's just so great. I love the tone with that song at first, when you just hear kind of the solo guitar riff, and then, kind of a little bit of the drumming is kicking in too. And then I just love that chorus. It has this song has one of the most epic choruses of the entire year. I love it. It's got like a choir type feel to it, in sort of a way. Like, it's really great. Like, it really fits with the song. It has you sing along with it. It's really great. I love The Sky is a Neighborhood so much. Sunday Rain is another one. It's the longest song on the record, but I really love that song a lot too. It's definitely one of my favorites and one of the better tracks. Like, I really like that song a lot. I keep on saying Tyler. Taylor Hawkins does the vocals on that song, actually. Dave Grohl sits aside and just does the guitar. Taylor Hawkins comes in and does the drums, does the vocals for that. But who does the drums on it is actually Sir Paul McCartney. Paul McCartney, the Paul McCartney. He does a really good job with the drumming. I actually really like his drumming on the on this song. It's very subtle for the most part, really, but then once the chorus kicks in, he starts going at it a little bit more, and I just love it. And that chorus is really great to that song too. I really love the lyrics to that song. It's really great, and Taylor Hawkins has a really great voice, and I'm actually glad that they let him have his own song on this album. So yeah, he did a really great job with that. But by far, my absolute favorite track off of this album is definitely La-Di-Da. La-Di-Da is so great. And I know a lot of people have been saying it's just, they're just trying to copy another White Limo. That doesn't bother me, really, because I love White Limo. That's such a great track. So the fact that they want to do another track like that, go for it. And it's great. I love it. It's by far my favorite track off of the entire album. Like, this is where the bass work really shines, because you hear the kind of like this muffled bass line at first, like you hear this very, very muffled bass line, and it really works with the song. And then, like, just when you hear that guitar work kicking in Dave Grohl's vocals, and this is another song where he just screams as well, and it's great. Like, it really works with this song. I love La-Di-Da. It's definitely the track I've been going back to the most out of anything off of this record. It's by far my favorite song off of this entire album. This song is so great. It really is. It's such a heart-pounding tune of a rock song. It really is. I love this song so much. Definitely really great. Now, here's the thing. Then the other songs, like Dirty Water or Happy Ever After, 0 Hour, the opening track T-Shirt, and Concrete and Gold, like the title track, like, it's just, I'm honestly glad that I see that, because I thought I was the only one that was really thinking this, but like, I've seen many people also say this statement, and I agree 100%. A lot of these songs go on for way longer than they should. Like, really, they just drag on a lot of these songs, and it's just like, move on. Like, it really is like Dirty Water. It's like 5 minutes, and it didn't need to be 5 minutes. Like, it drags on so much, and you're just sitting there bored listening to it, because it just drags, and you're just like, just go on with it. Like, it really is. Like, the song is just so boring. The instrumentation to it's not even that great. Dave Grohl kind of sounds boring on it, to be honest with you. Just, it's a really boring tune. Same goes with Happy Ever After 0 Hour. That's another boring tune. Like, the instrumentation is just fine with it. It's just, it drags on. Like, that's my biggest problem with a lot of these songs, is that they just drag on forever. Even Arrows, which it's not like one of my favorites or least favorites either. It's kind of a middle of the road song for me. But that one just drags on too long too. Like, it just drags. Like, there's a point where I thought the song ended and was still going. Like, I was like, it was just such a bore to listen to. Like, it just keep going and going. Like, that's the biggest problem I have with this album, is that a lot of the songs just stretch out so much when they're not supposed to, really. Like, some of these songs could have been shortened down a bit. And probably my least favorite track off of this entire album, this is definitely by far my least favorite track, is the title track, Concrete and Gold. Like, I get what Dave Grohl was trying to do. You know, he said in an interview that he wanted to go with a more Pink Floyd type of feel with this song. And I can see where he was trying to go with it, but man, it just feels so all over the place, the song. Like, it starts out very slow, you know, you hear Dave Grohl's vocals, and then this is just, all of a sudden, like, this loud instrumentation comes in, and it feels so out of place, and it just really, like, the production is all over the place with that song. That's what I was talking about earlier, that there was one song where the production was just messy. It's definitely this song. Like, it's so messy. It really is. And it just sounds like the band was kind of bored. Like, Dave Grohl was kind of bored during the song. Like, his vocal work isn't even that great. Like, seriously, the production is so all over the place with that song. You know, it's so quiet, and then all of a sudden just like erupts out of nowhere. Like, and honestly, it doesn't even do it in a cool way. Like, it's just all of a sudden, now it's erupt, the song. Like, it just feels so misplaced, like, out of place, really. It just doesn't work, and plus, it drags on forever. It's 5 minutes and 31 seconds, I believe, and it just drags on. Like, you could have shortened it down a bit. Like, it was like, it just keeps going and going and going, but it's so boring to listen to. Like, they tried to be so epic with this song, and it just doesn't work. Like, it really doesn't. It doesn't even work as a closing track either. Like, this ends the album on such a sour note for me. Like, it doesn't even work as a closer for an album. Honestly, like, I didn't really even like that it was a closer, really. Like, it feels so, like a sour note. Because it ends so just like now all of a sudden the song's over. Like, it's just like, what? So yeah, Concrete and Gold, yeah, by far my absolute least favorite track off this album. Also, the opening track, T-Shirt's not even that good. It starts off the album so weirdly. Like, you know, you just hear, kind of like with Concrete and Gold, you know, you hear Dave Grohl, kind of, it's quiet at first, then all of a sudden he erupts into this loud instrumentation, like, rock song. It's just, what's going on? Like, it's so out of place and so out of nowhere. It's just like, what is going on? And also, it has such a weird transition to, like, Run. Like, it just ends so abruptly and just transitions into Run like that. Like, why? Seriously, it starts off the album so oddly to me. But overall, Foo Fighters' Concrete and Gold, I expected a little bit more from this because, you know, this is the Foo Fighters we're talking about. Arguably one of the best bands still working today. Like, I'm so happy that these guys are, you know, even though this album is not that great, I still love the fact that these guys are still going even to this day. But, man, they just could have done a lot better to me. This album could have been so much better than it was, but it just ended up being such a boring and bland missed opportunity. So aside from my official rating on Foo Fighters Concrete and Gold, and my official rating on Foo Fighters Concrete and Gold is a 2 out of 5. It's such just a meh album. Like, it's so bland and it's so boring, and I was so disappointed in it. I expect a lot more, besides songs like Run, Disguised Neighborhood, La Di Da, and Sunday Rain, which are like the highlights of this album. Everything else is just kind of boring for the most part, really. Like, it really is songs that drag out way too, like, that really are longer than they should be. And just really some boring production, really, and messy production really set this from being any, like, good to me. This is not a horrible album, but because there's a lot of good to it, but there's also a lot of bad too, so it's a pretty mixed bag with me. And I just didn't really enjoy this, and it's probably the weakest album they've done so far, honestly. So, yeah, Foo Fighters Concrete and Gold gets a 2 out of 5 for me. So, if you have listened to Foo Fighters Concrete and Gold, what did you think of it? Leave it in the comment section below. I'm FilmFan0599, and we will see you about later. Peace.